this computer. All right, all right. So we started our recording. So hey, everybody, I'm going to be back and forth with my glasses. So I'm going to try to act like I don't need them all the time, and then when I need them, like I have to ask a question, then I'm going to put them on. I want to welcome everybody. Say thank you. This is week one, my first conversations with Elgin in 2021, and appropriately, this conversation is with my good friend, also the person that has helped change my business life and continuously bugging the crap out of me to take a look at this EXP thing, and I am so glad that he did, and that is Mr. Frank Crandall. Mr. Crandall, sir, how you doing today, brother?
Very good. Thank you, Elgin.
Hey, you and I, developed a strong friendship a while back, and for those that may have saw uh, the conversation that we had last year, still, just to take it back, just very briefly, Frank was my team leader at another company that has a red book, and we developed more than just a business relationship, but we developed a friendship at that particular point. And Frank left there a little bit sooner than I did, but he eventually got me to look at this EXP, and there's probably only a few people in the world at that particular point that it could have gotten me to look at it seriously, and Frank being one of them. And he got me over. So I'm always grateful to Frank for that. Frank's a great leader, and a great leader that tells the truth, has high integrity, which has really helped um, myself and our team, our success team, grow. So, Frank, I would like to say thank you for that. So let me ask you, though, Frank, how long has it been now? Now that you've been at EXP, how long have you been here now?
Well, in a couple months in March, it'll be 4 years.
Wow, wow. It's funny because it seems like you've been here longer than that, but 4 years is such a short period of time, and your growth has been phenomenal. I know we were talking the other day, and you had mentioned you were humbly telling me where quote unquote my team was, which is your team, which is ranking out of the 40,000 plus EXP agents, and then I had to drag out of you that you're somewhere, what, you're in the top 140, top 150 right now, right?
Yeah.
Man, that's fantastic. For those of you that don't know or don't understand that, to think that there's over 40,000 agents in our company right now and growing. Um, somebody just joined since we've been on this conversation talking to you guys. That's how fast this thing is growing. And for there to be that many agents, and understand these are agents that are now across international waters. I mean, we're a global company, and for me to have a friend ranked at that particular point of where he is in his business, it's a phenomenal accomplishment. So again, I just wanted to acknowledge you on that. Hey, let me ask you this though, Frank. Now that you've been at EXP the 4 years, what are a couple of things maybe that are better now that you've been at the company than you thought when before you came? You know,
Well, I think my reasons for coming over have changed. At first, I came over for the rev share because that's what I did for a living, was to recruit people. But in talking to a lot of EXP agents, I've learned that people are coming over more for the collaboration and the support. Not that we didn't have it at our other company. It's just that at the other company, it took 3, 4, 5 days to get an answer. And what's great about our company now is you can send out an email on Workplace, or we're fortunate to have somebody very close to us high up in the company where it's a text away. And that's what's really cool. But I'll tell you, for people of the likes of Gene Frederick, Sheila Farrajon, Rob, Jay Kinder, Michael Reese, and lately, some of the new people that are coming on board, I've been calling them and they've been helping me try to increase my business. I've never had that anywhere else.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's a that's a pretty big deal, you know. And it's funny because I know that you have mentioned at your, you know, it always like for a rev share, built as a team leader for a living. So I was at, you know, the one company that we had worked at together, and I remember probably in less than a year's time, you can check me on the numbers, but I believe we went from like when we moved to that new building, we had went from like maybe 50, 75 total agents to what about 310, 315, something like that. That you helped build. Wasn't it something like that?
Yeah. In almost the 5 years I was there, I started with, I'll never forget in that little office, we had 57 agents. Yeah, and when I left, it was 345.
That's incredible. That's
Yeah.
incredible. So here's so and for people, I hope that will take a moment to listen to this and really understand this. So Frank was able to, with the with a national franchise company, build in our little office up to 345 people in the office within a 5-year period. So Frank, in the 4 years now that you've been at EXP, approximately how many agents have you signed up on your team? Not just the ones that are active, but what is your total look something like?
I check like I do every day, and it's 362.
So Frank has 362 agents now that are in his agent attraction, what I like to call a success team. Just out of curiosity, with the revenue share that you're getting now compared to the other type of residual that you were getting. I'm not even talking about now that you're gone, because we have a standing joke about that. But we'll talk about during the time that you were there and actually heavily building that company. What did that residual income look like compared to what you have now?
Um,
And you don't have to give me exact numbers, but just what the difference is. I mean, I know you walk with your shoulders back a little bit more now than you did when we were over there.
yeah. I have to learn to be humble because, it's a battle every day, and there's a lot of forces working against you sometimes, but it would be the equivalent of you're used to shopping at Walmart and now you're shopping at Nordstrom.
That's a little bit of an upgrade.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a little bit.
That's a whole different social media picture when you go from Walmart to Nordstrom's. That's fantastic, and no one more deserving of that than you. But let me ask you this: so when you were recruiting, because that's what it was there, we're attracting people here, but when we were there, it was recruiting. How much more difficult and much, if it was more difficult at all, for you to continuously have to recruit the way you guys had to do then with, net agents that you needed every month and, stand on top of people and all those things that a team leader is responsible for, compared to building the great team that you now have, which is a personal team, is versus it just being for the company's benefit. How is your, as far as your work time and the time you have to spend on that, how do you feel about that now?
Well, the good news is I'll never be fired here. If you don't hit your monthly goals, your job is always on the line. I was lucky enough to last almost 5 years. Whereas here, I don't have that pressure or stress, but I worked so hard at that building, VIP, which I dearly love and still
Uh-huh.
love to this day, and respect it very much. But now I'm working an hour and a half a day building my company and not someone else's, as opposed to working 10 hours a day just at your office and being a big babysitter.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
The biggest key that you just said that I really like, that I hope people caught on to, was my. That's your building, my office, my team,
Yeah.
my brokerage. That we actually have. Uh, other places will say that they're shareholders, and have a play on words, which sounds good. But you ain't no shareholder if there ain't no shares you can buy and sell. You ain't no shareholder if you have absolutely no say so in your
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
So that, I hope you guys catch on to that. That's actually pretty big. So I know right now, I obviously I'm in some of your groups and follow some of your teachings and stuff. And I've noticed that you have started to make a big play in hopefully building your team internationally. Can you talk about that for a quick second?
Yeah. I never would have imagined when I joined EXP that I would be across the big pond or the Atlantic Ocean. But man, with the way the company is growing, I mean, I can truly say now I have business in England and Italy because I have agents there. Um, never in my wildest dreams what I would have thought. What's more surprising to me is the people internationally are more hungry for this opportunity than the people in the United States.
Wow.
Okay. And
Wow.
and my coaches told me that you will have more income coming in from international than from the USA.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I got to step my international game up, man. I'm still around here doing these twos and fews. I gotta get more global. I have a little Canada, but I gotta get out there, man. That's great.
Well, Pilar wants to go to France and we're there. So
Absolutely. Um, for where your business is going right now, where do you see yourself in your business? Maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 years from now. Have you thought out how that really looks, or are you just so in the moment?
no, I'm not. I've been thinking about it a lot, especially when you get older. And of course, most people know that my wife has a grandchild that's here in Sacramento and she will never leave as much as I want to leave. Seems like most of the big players are moving to Puerto Rico, which is great, but too many hurricanes for me. That's all I can tell you.
Right.
I heard this quote about 3 weeks ago, and it's really changed my focus. And it talks about the grind that we all go through. What are we going through the grind for? We don't grind for the fame and fortune. We grind so we can disappear. And I've
Mm,
been thinking about that a lot because
mm.
as you get older, like me, and you so there will be one day when you won't want to grind anymore. But if you do it right and you do it one time, you can disappear and have all your needs taken care of, and you won't have to worry about the grind anymore. And you can do it from every part of the world.
That's a nice little vision. Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to disappear.
Yeah. I want to disappear. Yeah.
I like that. I
Yeah.
might have to. I might have to steal some of that one.
I think you already have because you love going to the Dominican Republic and all those other places. So I think you're right there too, because I love to travel. I'm to the age
Right.
now where I want to go out and see the world, and that really excites my wife and I.
Yeah. Obviously, because you obviously know myself and Pilar personally, and my wife loves to travel. I like to travel. She loves to travel, but I am, uh, especially I think since we've been, because we're, the whole shelter in place thing, and we pretty much adhere to that as much as possible. I think that I've scooted up from the like to the love because I'm itching to at least have my Hennessy on a beach. That's outside of the U.S. I kind of got used to that,
Yeah.
especially here in January. This is both our birthday months, and we intend to between January and November to get out there a little bit. So I definitely get it, and for myself, I would say too. I've been on the sales side for so long that it would be nice to be able to, or if I want to continue the pace that I've been on, because I'm not on the same pace I was on 5 or 6 years ago. I mean, there are a lot of people that would really, and I'm very blessed. A lot of people that really love my pace right now, but it's not the pace that it was years ago, and it feels good though. It almost feels kind of guilty to be with our company and building this business in the manner that we're building it now, and to still receive some of the income and or blessings that we get. I almost feel guilty, like um, you need to go do such and such. How come you're not doing such and such? And then I'll be like, well, you really don't have to today. And
Yeah.
uh, I love that feeling, and a big reason for that was because you did talk and convince myself and Ampilar, um, and the owner of the other company that we were with, that we should come on over.
Yeah. Yeah. But I have to tell you, look who you brought over. I mean, you're changing lives. I mean, think about this. If it wasn't for where we are now, I would be punching a clock and running another office. That is guaranteed,
Right.
guaranteed. Because it's really nice when you don't have to grind like most agents, and knowing that on the 22nd of the month, it's like you got an escrow coming in.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That is really good. That is, and my wife is just very, very happy because I can remember years, Elgin, years where Mary and I didn't have two nickels to rub together.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I feel you.
Get invited over to the parents' house and you say, nah, we got it. Nah, not really. Then I turn to my wife and I go, we're going to go eat real food at my mom and dad's house.
Right.
I mean, we've come a long way. You pay your dues in different ways.
Oh, absolutely.
So don't feel guilty because you and Pilar paid your dues with a lot of raising the kids and going through a lot of expense and giving of yourselves for them. Now it's your time.
Well, thank you for that, and I appreciate that. And I just wanted to again thank you again for being my first conversation
I'm honored.
of the year, and thank you for Frank answers the phone, answers the text, checks on me, still does things that he does not have to do, which are more than appreciated. And again, if you have one last thing you'd like to say, feel free. Otherwise, I want you to know I just appreciate you taking time and spending that with me today. And
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick, all I want to say is some of the folks that are looking at this, they're probably, oh man, there they go again talking about EXP and everything. I can't tell you how many people are joining the group. They saw it 3-4 years ago and they're going, nope, I'm not doing it. Well, guess what? Times have changed. Not going into the office. Tired of paying the big fees. And what's really sad is people don't even look at it. If you say no, I get it.
Right.
But when you say no and you haven't even, or you think you know what it is, it's not, because like I said, you and I are in the top 200 of the agents doing the attraction part. Out of 40,000 people, they're just selling real estate.
Right.
And capping easy and loving it. So
Right.
I just wish that people would at least look at it. If you say no, you say no, but don't say you know all about it, because if you haven't seen the video, you haven't seen anything.
Brother, I appreciate you. That was a great close.
All right, Elgin, I gotta go. I got another appointment.
Hey, man. Hey, take care. Thank you again. I'll talk to you soon, brother.
Love to Pilar.
All righty.